Another day, another Dokkan Twitter episode. Let's get right into this because there's quite a few of tweets I've got pulled up over here. Yesterday I was struggling to find them. Today I've got quite a few of really good ones. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with the one you see right before your eyes. What if this was TANABATA, our Gohan and Piccolo? Depending on how they do that, like for me personally, I think that would be hype. The only issue with this would be, like, what teams would this unit be on? What link set would this unit have? Preferably, what I would want is a standalone Gohan or a standalone Piccolo, or give us two Dokkan vests on the same banner, like with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Obviously they won't do that, but that would also be sick. Like two Dokkan vests, one banner, Gohan and Piccolo. That would be sick, because if they did that, they would get all the teams, they'd get the better link set, and then that would be more hype overall, more better units to add to a banner. Like, that would be a lot better. But even if they did this, like they made the unit like this Gohan and Piccolo in the same unit, I would definitely be excited for that, depending on how they do it. If they make them self-sufficient, if they make them have a decent link set, if they make them have a good banner, and then have a decent amount of teams, like that would be a decent unit that I would summon for. But actually I wouldn't summon on global, because on global you only have to wait a few months and then you can get them with coins. Anyway, let's go to the next one. What do we have here? Okay, yeah, so we have this one over here. So I wonder if Dokkan will ever do what if units as Dokkan Fests again. For example, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly. I think they will, because the example this guy gave over here is Goku and Gohan. Technically, this is a what if unit, and that's only 1 year old. So the answer to this question is yes, I do expect them to do it. Will they give us a brand new Super Saiyan 3 Broly? Tough to say. It's or Vegeta for that matter, it's tough to say. Maybe not Super Saiyan 3, but maybe something else that is also what if. They might not repeat the same what if, but they might give us a different one. Either way, it could be nice. We'll have to wait and see what they do. But if they do it, I don't think they'll do it often. And then I came across this tweet. And this tweet's interesting because it's a content idea for the 9th anniversary. Dokkan does need some brand new content, and what better place to give us this kind of content than for the 9-year anniversary, for the anniversary in general. Because what this is basically, to the current God event, basically give us the same thing, but make it more difficult. And then when you beat each stage, you get the unit to drop. Like, so for example, if you beat, I don't know, Beerus, you get a Beerus unit. If you beat the elephant, you get the elephant unit, so on and so forth. Like, that could be nice, that could be pretty good. It's a decent idea for an anniversary, no less. Infinite Dragon Ball history announced soon, Bulma event renewal. Okay, so this was interesting because, yeah, part 2 of Golden Week so far, we're not getting much. This is decent, it's a few free stones, but after you've completed it, like, it's not that exciting because it's not that difficult. Like, if they make it difficult, it could be nice, but typically they're not that difficult. And then we've got the easy A for this Bulma. That could be decent, depending on what they do. That Bulma's got potential, so fingers crossed they do her justice, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I did come across this tweet. My concept for what TANABATA should be this year. Well, not my concept, the concept of this guy over here. And the main Dokkan Fest LR, like 17 and 18, I'm gonna be honest, I would not be hyped for that. But if it was 17 by himself, I would be much more hyped for that. But the part 2 LR over here would be sick. Like Goku, who revives into Ultra Instinct. Like, that would be sick. And then all of these easy A's. Imagine that. Imagine that. But I think before we get these 2 easy A's, I would want to get a Dokkan Fest or LR Jiren first. And then they could easy A these guys. And then Kefla and UI Goku. Like that. Those easy A's would be sick. Because the thing is, for the next anniversary, AGL MUI Goku will easy A, and then if this guy also easy A's around the same period, like, that could be a deadly rotation. What have we got next? What I will say about this Beast Gohan is, because obviously I'm not a fan of the unit, but the actual art and animations are sick. Like, Ultimate Gohan, and LR Ultimate Gohan is something that I've been asking for a long time, so that in itself is nice. And then if we go to the next one, that's just the same thing. But then the Beast Gohan, the active skill, is like the single best animation in the entirety of Dokkan. It's basically straight from the movie. Like, it was sick. It was basically a 1-to-1 sort of thing. And Beast Gohan, and even the card art, like when he transforms into Beast Gohan for that brief period, like, it does look sick. Unfortunately, the unit was not too impressive, and it wasn't even actually Beast Gohan, so yeah. Everything about this unit makes me scream why. You and me both, my friend. There's two main things that make me scream why. Number one, the chance to God. At least it's a 70%, so it's not the worst thing, but it does make me scream why. Because I always despise chance to God. But then on top of that, he basically has no leader skill to be run on, he's got no partners, he's got nothing. So yeah, the question is right, why? And the year before this guy, they did the exact same thing with Inzamasu. Why? I don't get it, why? This Piccolo Jr. relies too much on RNG for my liking. I'm gonna have to disagree with this tweet. Because for me personally, maybe I've just been getting lucky so far, I don't know. But for me personally, this guy's been doing bits. Like, I've used him quite a bit in difficult content, and not once has he been caught. Like, not once. It's very possible that I'm just getting lucky, so as time goes on I might change my mind. But for right now, this Piccolo Jr. is doing me justice, and I think he's a very phenomenal unit, very well designed. What have we got next? They need a bit more defense in their base state, sorry. What's their defense? Yeah, under 12k for an LR it's not the best, but I mean, to be fair, the unit's aged well, he does well, so I mean, it would have been nice if the defense was higher, but as the unit turned out, the unit was good. Obviously, the unit is more than a year old at this point, so obviously it won't be as impressive, but they have aged well. Standby condition sucks, and he hates the unit because of it. The interesting thing is here is that I agree, his standby condition is awful, but the thing is, he doesn't need to revive himself. Anyone on the team could revive in place of him, so there is that. Okay, so next we've got another tweet about Super Boo. If he had a 200% leader skill, and if he had a good partner, he'd probably be a top 10 unit. So in other words, if Dokkan handled this unit completely differently to how they handled it, the unit would be a lot better. You, my friend, are a genius. We've got my boy DaTruth over here. What's he saying? Seeing people dropping TANABATA theories, I think it's very important that the character will be really hype. So a lot of the ideas are not ideal, and honestly, from what I've seen, I would have to agree. Like, for example, Gohan and Piccolo. Actually, to be fair, for me, Gohan and Piccolo would be sick, but 17 and 18 is really not ideal. If it's just 17, I'd be way more hyped for that, but with 18 there, for me, that takes a lot away from the unit. That could be a Dokkan Fest TUR, but not a Dokkan Fest LR, not in my opinion. And he makes a good point here that it's important for Dokkan to keep a balance between very hype characters and not so hype characters. So for example, in June, we could get a Lord Slug and an LR Kaioken Goku, but for TANABATA, we could get a Gogeta Blue and a Carnival full power Broly. Imagine that. There's no way they'll do that. And that's more of a dual Dokkan Fest. I'm sorry to say the truth, but I'm gonna have to call cap over here. I think that is more likely to be a dual Dokkan Fest. But if it is for TANABATA, I'm down for it. Like, don't get me wrong. At the end of July, a Dokkan Fest exclusive Zarbon of all characters. Like, do you know how you say everyone's got a fan? I don't think Zarbon's got any fans. I don't think anyone hates him, but I don't think anyone likes him. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. And then for the worldwide, it could be Carnival LR Buhan and Dokkan Fest LR Super Vegito. That's exactly what we need. We need a brand new Super Vegito. And then as a Carnival LR for part 2, they could give us some sort of a LR Ultimate Gohan. Yes, my boys. And then Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks as the Dokkan Fest LR. Oh, he's saying here for part 2 we could get a Carnival Vegito Blue and merge Zamasu. Like, that would also be really hype. So basically double Vegito for worldwide. I am definitely down for that. And then our boy Abu Lux says, how about Gamma 1 and 2 and part 2 Carnival Cell Max? I'm down for that. What better yet, what they could do is give us Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, and then give us the Gammas and the Cell Max. But firstly, I want Beast Gohan. So stop all of this. I just want Beast Gohan. Just give us Beast Gohan, please. Dokkan, just give me Beast Gohan, please. We need Beast Gohan. Every other game has got Beast Gohan, minus Dokkan. And Dokkan's the only game that I play. So please give me Beast Gohan. Okay, so we got another tweet here, and the tweet is basically saying that AGL Carnival Goku is rated properly for the most part. And I think I agree with that. But then the second part of the tweet I disagree with, which is that Kale is underrated. The reason I disagree with that is because I think the unit is phenomenal, very good. The issue is, as you brought up here, the Universe 6 restriction. For me, that restriction is too much for the unit to be considered top tier. Once we get a unit that fulfills that restriction, that would dramatically help out Kale, but for now, it's too much of a restriction in my opinion. So what do we have here? Did this funny little thing. Let's take a look at this funny little thing. Favorite unit of all time, Spirit Bomb Goku. On release, he was kind of nice, so I'll give you that. Even with the easy A, he's decent. STR Gogeta Blue, best animations. I mean, that's subjective. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, best artwork. That's subjective. Coolest design, subjective. Personal game changer, favorite team. All of these things are subjective. You like what everyone hates. I've not really used the unit, so I can't really comment. But what I will say is he's got no partners, so you can't really use him properly. You hate what everyone likes. I mean, the ECA was sick. Underrated. No, this is factually wrong. Like, a lot of these things over here are personal opinion, personal preference. But with this guy being underrated, that is wrong. On release, he was sick. Now he's garbage. Overrated, I disagree. Maybe on release you could argue he was overrated, the ECA, but right now I think if anything he's underrated. Favorite OST and first LR, both subjective. Stage and least favorite stage, both of these things are subjective. Piccolo, actually to be fair, right now on global he is the most impressive, so I'll give you that. Biggest letdown, I mean he's up there in terms of biggest letdowns. I don't think he was the biggest letdown, but he's up there. The biggest letdown, the single biggest letdown of all time was Beast Gohan. Leader of your first time beating BROLY. I think mine was STR Goku and Gohan. I can't really remember. Leader of your first time beating Cell Max. Honestly, I can't remember. It might have been STR Goku and Gohan or the LR Gods. I can't remember. Best aging, I would probably agree with that. It's on most of your teams. Yeah, God Goku is phenomenal. Best era of Dokkan, that's LR STR Cooler and that celebration, the last worldwide celebration. I'd have to disagree with that, but it's up there. Want more? Do you want more baby units? Fair enough. I want more Beast Gohan. What are you waiting on? Yeah, we still don't have a full power BROLY and a standalone Gogeta Blue. We desperately need that. And as the truth was saying before, give us that for the TANABATA celebration. If not the TANABATA, give us it for the anniversary, for the worldwide. Just give us that somewhere. And stone count, 30 stones, my boy on Twitter. You need to stack up those stones because that is not enough. I think personally I'm close to 1,400. I'm not sure about the exact number. Okay, so we're gonna end it with this Dokkan Fest TUR tier list, bearing in mind easy A's are not included. Number 1, we got Piccolo Jr. Fair, I agree. Number 2, Tech Goku, and number 3, God Goku. All three of these, I think all three of these are easily the top 3 TURs, so a good start. Kid Goku number 4, can't complain. Kale number 5, honestly I think I'd move Kale a little bit down, because she has no help, and then move the Gammas up, and overall the list is decent. Okay, there's one really bad thing about this list. Number 1, Piccolo should not be there, and number 2, Tech Gohan should be an honourable mention. If you have Janemba and Piccolo there, then at the bare minimum, Tech Gohan should be in the honourable mentions. So that is an L for the list. But for the most part, the list isn't awful. Let's do a quick subscriber challenge. If you guys agree with me that the Gammas should be above Kale just for her restriction, then you have to subscribe because that is the challenge. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then do subscribe, especially if you just failed that challenge, because that is the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment because those things do help out. With that said, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time.